Archangel Michael says, don't scroll past this. This is not just a message, it is a divine release for your heart. A whisper from heaven has been echoing, and it's about someone who once held your heart, only to shatter it in silence. The same person who left you broken is now drowning in the realization of what they lost. That person thought they could move on quickly, but every step away from you became a step into regret. They pretended to smile, but behind every laugh was a crack in their soul growing wider. They never expected that letting you go would haunt their spirit this deeply. Their nights are no longer peaceful, your memories show up when they least expect it. The sound of your voice plays in the background of their thoughts like a loop they can't silence. And now, that regret is turning into something deeper, a silent cry for your forgiveness. Archangel Michael says, heaven saw what they did to you, and heaven has written what comes next. They tried to forget you, but the universe won't let them. Now, they sit in silence wishing they had never let you slip through their hands. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Their friends see it too, the emptiness in their eyes when your name is mentioned. They laugh less now, not because life isn't happening, but because life without you is hollow. Your presence was a light, and now their world seems dim. They watch your life from a distance, shocked by the way you've risen despite the pain they caused. They thought breaking you would ruin you, but instead, it refined you. Your glow today is a silent proof that no betrayal can dim God's favor. Inside their heart, there's a secret they can't share. They wish they could turn back time. But time has moved, and so have you. And now, their soul is being taught a lesson that only heaven could write. Comment if you feel this message is for you. Type Amen to get blessing 409. There were moments when you begged God to show you the reason for their change. Now, God is showing you that their change was their own mistake. The same way they left you is the same way someone else walked away from them. Karma wasn't in a rush, but when it came loud. They now understand what heartbreak tastes like, and they can't bear it. But the difference is, you handled yours with grace, they're collapsing under theirs. They thought they were choosing peace, but what they chose was a lifetime of torment masked by denial. Even in crowded rooms, they feel alone, because their soul knows who they left behind. The person they used to love, you, became the person they now wish to kneel before. Type Amen to get blessing 792. They heard about your blessings and pretended to be happy. But deep inside, jealousy and guilt fought a war. The one who broke you is now broken. They scroll through your pictures and pause too long on each smile. They wonder if you still think of them, even as their thoughts never leave your side. They're trapped in a cage they built for you, but now it's their prison. You are not just someone from their past. You are the one who showed them a love they'll never find again. And now, they walk with the burden of knowing they can never go back. Drop a comment if you feel the shift already. Type Amen to get blessing 884. They're trying to reach you now, in ways only God can hear. Late night thoughts, whispered apologies in the dark, and silent tears, they hope heaven sends you the message. But heaven already did, through this very word you're reading. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, "This is divine justice unfolding before your very eyes. The person who left you alone in a storm is now walking through one without shelter. They can't run from the memory of your love anymore. They didn't just lose a person. They lost their peace, their comfort, their future. Now, their soul begs for a reunion that may never happen." Type Amen to get blessing 1111. You were their healing, but they chose chaos. You were the prayer they never deserved, but heaven gave anyway. Now, heaven has taken back that gift. Everything they thought they wanted now feels meaningless. The new faces, the distractions, the fake smiles, all of it feels like poison. And you, the one they abandoned, have become untouchable in glory. Your growth became their punishment. Your silence became their nightmare. And your peace? That's what they crave the most. Write Amen if you know this message is yours. Type Amen to get blessing 726. You're not just moving on, you're moving into a divine season where no past pain can follow. This message isn't just about them, it's about you taking back your soul. What they broke, God rebuilt stronger. Archangel Michael says, your restoration was not delayed, it was timed. And the same timing that blessed you is now correcting those who wronged you. They wished for your downfall, but now they wish to stand where they once stood, by your side. But that door is locked. Not out of bitterness, but protection. Because what's ahead for you is too sacred to be contaminated again. Type Amen to get blessing 598. You see, what they did was more than a mistake, it was a spiritual rejection. But what God did in return was restoration by divine force. You didn't chase revenge, you waited, and now, heaven is serving justice. They dream about you, hoping you'll appear in their life again. But those dreams fade into tears when they wake up to silence. What they once took for granted is now their greatest prayer. Comment if your heart knows this truth. Type Amen to get blessing 344. Now, they want closure, but closure has passed. They want forgiveness, but forgiveness already visited and found no welcome. They want you, but they're not ready for the healed version of you. Your scars are no longer open wounds, they're badges of honor. They mark you as a survivor of betrayal and the chosen of heaven. The pain they caused now works for you. They're trying to be who they should have been back then, but time doesn't reverse on command. They're reliving every moment they wasted, and it's burning through their soul. The love they tossed away now weighs heavier than they imagined. Type Amen to get blessing 1007. Archangel Michael says, your journey has officially left the cycle of pain. No more reliving memories that bleed. This is your time to rise above every broken piece and wear it like a crown. They thought you'd never recover. But your silence became louder than any argument. And your happiness? That became your final word. They underestimated your strength. But your soul was never fragile, it was fierce, just hidden beneath heartbreak. Now, that strength is shining like a sword of light, blinding them with regret. Type Amen to get blessing 833. Your name is being whispered in their spirit every hour. Not because of guilt alone, but because they now understand your worth. What you gave them wasn't ordinary, it was divine. They search for you in the faces of others, but they never find even a shadow of your essence. They want to confess, but pride chains their tongue. So they suffer in silence while you dance in freedom. Comment Amen if you feel your strength is rising again. Type Amen to get blessing 669. They're afraid to reach out because they know you've changed. Not just on the outside, but your soul has been reborn. You're no longer waiting, you're creating. They tried to come back, but heaven blocked their path. Because their time with you was not meant to last, it was meant to teach. And now, you're the graduate of that painful classroom. Let your peace be your revenge. Let your joy be your justice. And let this message be the seal that closes that chapter forever. Type Amen to get blessing 432. Even if they try to apologize, their words will never match the depth of the damage. And yet, you've already forgiven, not for them, but for yourself. Your heart doesn't carry hate, it carries wisdom now. The same lips that spoke goodbye now long to whisper your name. But the wind doesn't carry their voice anymore. The angels do, and they carry it to the feet of God, where judgment and grace intertwine. Archangel Michael says, "You were chosen for elevation, not stagnation." What broke you only broke the shell. The real you has risen. Type Amen to get blessing 227. Heaven has not only restored your heart, but increased your spiritual vision. You see now who was real and who was just a lesson. That person? They were a lesson wrapped in temptation. Now, the lesson is complete. The storm has passed. And the sun has risen over your destiny with boldness. Let the past knock. You don't have to answer. Because your future has already entered and taken a seat in your soul. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They try to smile in front of others, but the shadows under their eyes tell a different story. They are not just missing you, they are haunted by the choices they made. Every place they go reminds them of what they threw away. You were their safe space, their sanctuary in human form. Now they stand in chaos, realizing you were the calm they never respected. The weight of losing you is heavier than they imagined, and it's crushing their peace. Their pride was loud, but your silence became louder. Your absence is echoing in their life louder than your presence ever did. They thought letting go was power, but now they see that love was the true strength. Type Amen to get blessing 618. When they laugh now, it sounds empty even to themselves. The jokes don't land the same, because the joy isn't real. It's a mask, a desperate attempt to show they're okay, but their soul knows otherwise. They compare everyone to you, and no one stands a chance. Your love wasn't just affectionate, it was spiritual, rare, unforgettable. They crave the moments they used to call ordinary, now realizing those were sacred. They want a second chance, but time doesn't reverse. They want your forgiveness, but they can't face your light without being blinded by their own darkness. You've grown, and they've stayed behind. Comment if you've already felt that shift. Type Amen to get blessing 549. They didn't just lose you, they lost access to favor, blessings, and divine timing. You were a key, a divine connection. And now they feel locked out of every breakthrough. They look for shortcuts to peace but find none. Because you were the one carrying the grace in the relationship. You were sent to bless their life, and they returned it with pain. The angels wept when they hurt you, but now the same angels are standing guard over your new chapter. No more pain from the past will enter. This is the divine shield of restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Archangel Michael says, let them watch. Let them see the rise of the one they underestimated. Let your glow speak for the healing they never expected you to walk in. This is your season of divine reversal. The same person who betrayed you will witness your blessing, and they won't be able to stop it. They will see your name in rooms they never expected. They thought breaking you would bury you. But all they did was plant a seed. And now, heaven has watered it into full bloom. Comment Amen if you feel this growth. Type Amen to get blessing 391. The tears you cried were not in vain. Each one became a divine petition in the spiritual realm. And now, answers are falling like rain into your life. They watch your life from afar like a movie they can't rewind. They know they lost something holy, and now, they're begging heaven for another glimpse. But heaven has closed that chapter for your protection. Let them sit with their regret. Let them feel what it's like to miss someone who never did them wrong. Your love was clean, pure, and honest, and that's rare. Type Amen to get blessing 882. Every time they hear your name, their heart pauses. Not because of love alone, but because of the guilt that now lives in their bones. They broke the very thing that would have saved them. Now, they live with that truth. And no matter who comes next, no one can duplicate what you gave. You weren't just a person, you were a divine appointment. They smile in photos, but it's all staged. Their heart knows where home was. And it wasn't where they chose to go, it was where they chose to leave. Comment if this message mirrors what you feel inside. Type Amen to get blessing 544. You prayed for their healing even after they hurt you. That prayer protected you more than it ever did them. Because your spirit remained clean while theirs is now chasing redemption. Archangel Michael says, their soul is learning the hard way. Heaven doesn't forget, and heaven doesn't sleep. The pain they planted is now growing around their own feet. But you're walking free. Your destiny no longer carries their fingerprints. Only heaven's mark remains, and it's guiding you to higher places. Type Amen to get blessing 911. They tried to move on before healing, but now the wound they caused you is living inside them. The sleepless nights they caused have returned to them tenfold. The peace they stole from you is now what they seek endlessly. They thought they had more time. They thought you'd wait. But now they realize, you're gone, and you're not coming back to the old version of yourself. And even if they tried, they couldn't handle the new version of you. The evolved you. The protected you. The chosen you. Type Amen to get blessing 276. Let your silence be your strength. Let your growth speak louder than any revenge could. You don't owe them anything, not a word, not a look, not a response. Heaven has already responded for you. Archangel Michael has already fought your case. The scales have tipped, and now favor is your forever. They now know what it's like to lose a rare soul. And every day that passes without you feels like a slow unraveling of everything they thought they had figured out. Comment Amen if you're finally free from that cycle. Type Amen to get blessing 387. They wanted to hurt you and walk away victorious. But now they walk away defeated by their own decisions. You weren't the weak one, they were. Their conscience is loud now. Their pride is cracking. And their heart is longing for what it once ignored. They want closure, but closure is not their gift to ask. Because closure was granted to you the day you rose and smiled again without their name attached to your joy. You are your own closure. Type Amen to get blessing 618. You were the mirror they didn't want to face. A reflection of love, truth, and loyalty. And now they see their own betrayal every time they remember you. Archangel Michael says, you are not just surviving, you are ascending. And every step away from them is a step closer to divine fullness. You are stepping into territory they were never destined to walk with you. Let them regret. Let them cry. You, keep rising, keep glowing, keep moving. Type Amen to get blessing 759. They now realize too late that not every love is replaceable. What you gave them wasn't a moment, it was a lifetime they didn't value. Now they scroll endlessly, hoping to feel close to what they lost, but all they find is silence. They kept looking for distractions, but nothing could distract them from their guilt. They tried new places, new people, and new habits, but your memory remains the loudest echo in their soul. They're chasing shadows, while your light continues to rise. They are trying to numb the ache, but it grows louder by the hour. The same heart they once ignored now rules their every thought. They pretend they're over it, but heaven sees the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1202. You were the only one who truly knew them. The only one who looked beyond the surface and saw the child within their soul. And yet, they hurt the one person who saw their worth when no one else did. Now they stand alone, praying silently that life brings you back. But life isn't going backward, it's taking you forward, toward your promised future. A future where you're honored, cherished, and never doubted. Their name was once part of your daily thoughts. Now it's just a footnote in a story of strength and rebirth. What they couldn't protect, heaven has now guarded with fire. Comment if you're done with the past pulling you back. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. Archangel Michael says, their apologies now sit in the spiritual realm, unanswered, because your peace is sacred. They weep, not just for the loss, but for how they lost you. The soul knows when it's made a grave mistake, and theirs is screaming for a second chance. They thought you would come running back. They didn't expect you to heal without them. But your healing didn't just restore you, it transformed you. Now your name carries weight in realms they cannot enter. You are protected, appointed, and elevated. And no amount of regret can rewind the clock. Type Amen to get blessing 1606. They miss your voice most when the world gets quiet. That laugh, that gentle encouragement, that warmth, you were their anchor, even if they never said it. Now they drift, anchorless, lost in a sea of regret. You once begged for their attention. Now they crave yours like air. But you're not the same soul anymore. You've evolved beyond their reach. You're not meant to return to what broke you. You're meant to walk in the light of what built you afterward. That's where you shine the most. Drop a comment if this is the closure you needed. Type Amen to get blessing 1888. They know you're not angry anymore, and that hurts them even more. Because your peace means they no longer have access to affect you. That's real power, peace that doesn't flinch at their presence. They watched you fall. But they never expected you to rise like this. Stronger, wiser, untouchable. And now, the universe has made a full circle. What they laughed at is now leading you to laughter. What they crushed is now crowned. Type Amen to get blessing 2023. They're praying that someone will mention you, so they can ask without seeming obvious. They want to know if you're happy, if someone else holds the place they lost. But even if they found out, you've moved too far forward for it to matter. They're haunted by every moment they were cold, every time they made you question your worth. But the truth is, you were always more than enough. They were simply too blind to see. Archangel Michael says, there's no going back for them. And there's no slowing down for you. Keep ascending. Type Amen to get blessing 1777. They feel the sting of their mistake every time they see your glow. They thought you needed them to shine, but you became your own source of light. And now, their heart burns with realization. They check their phone and hope for your name. But what they don't know is that your silence has already spoken. It said, I've healed. Their pain is the seed of their own choices. Your blessing is the reward of your surrender. You let go, and God lifted you higher. Comment Amen if you're not going back ever again. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. Even now, the universe is positioning you for greater. You're not just recovering, you're stepping into overflow. Your name is being whispered in places of favor while their name fades into memory. They still haven't told anyone how much they regret what they did. But they live it daily. Every decision reminds them of the one they got wrong, you. Archangel Michael says, you were too pure for them, too divine, too rare. And now, heaven has removed the old so you can embrace the new. This time, your heart will be held with both hands. Type Amen to get blessing 1222. You are not here to be revisited. You are here to be remembered as the one that got away for good reason. You've graduated from what once broke you. Let them cry. Let them ache. It's not your burden to carry anymore. The next chapter is love without pain. Peace without confusion. A connection without betrayal. Type Amen to get blessing 1999.